Imagine standing in a room. The air is thick, heavy. Across from you sits someone who demands an answer. A boss, a partner, an authority figure. They have accused you, or perhaps they have simply looked at you with that specific, expectant glare, the kind that drills a hole into your stomach. Your heart rate spikes. The biological alarm rings. Evolution screams at you to smooth things over, to justify your existence. The words rush to your throat like a flood. You open your mouth to explain, to defend, to clarify. Stop. Close your mouth. Breathe. Watch what happens in that room when you refuse to release the pressure valve. Watch the panic shift from your eyes to theirs. Because the moment you speak, you lose. The moment you justify, you hand over the keys to your reality. You have stepped into a trap that was laid for you before you were even born. This is not a lesson on being rude. This is a deconstruction of social conditioning. We are exploring the most terrifying weapon in the human arsenal. A weapon so quiet, most people spend their entire lives running from it. The power of unexplained silence. From the moment you entered the school system, you were trained to answer. Fill the blank. Explain your tardiness. Justify your grade. We are raised in a culture of constant confession, believing that if we can just find the right combination of words, we can be safe. But in the realm of power dynamics, understanding is rarely the goal. Leverage is. When you offer a justification, you are implicitly agreeing to a hierarchy. You are the subordinate, petitioning the superior for approval. You are saying, please accept my reasoning so that I may remain in good standing. This is the psychological surrender. Think about the last time you felt the urge to over-explain. Maybe you were late. Maybe you simply said no. Did you let the refusal stand, or did you offer a paragraph of excuses? Why did you offer the data? Because you were afraid of the silence that would follow. You were afraid of being seen as the villain. But here is the nuanced truth conditioned society hides. The villain in their story is often just the only free person in the room. The sovereign individual does not ask for permission. They act. When you justify, you provide ammunition. You give the other party surface area to attack. If you are sick, they offer medicine. If you are busy, they suggest a different time. By giving a reason, you invite a negotiation on terms you did not set. But you cannot negotiate with a void. You cannot argue with nothing. Silence is a mirror. It is intolerable to the manipulative mind. When you remain silent, you force the other person to sit with their own discomfort. They project their insecurities into the gap you created. By refusing to justify, you become a screen upon which they project their internal chaos. You remain untouched. You remain sovereign. This is not about punishing them. It is about regulating yourself. This brings us to a critical junction. I want you to pause and ask yourself this question, and be honest in the comments below. How much energy have you drained trying to prove your innocence to a judge who had already decided the verdict? Most of us burn years of our lives in this courtroom. Here at Symbolism Decoded, we analyze the patterns beneath the noise. The pattern here is the justification reflex. It is a trauma response. It is the behavior of one trying to convince the world not to bite. But in the modern landscape, the pressure doesn't come from teeth. It comes from the phrase, "I just think you owe me an explanation." Do you? When you explain, you validate the accuser's authority to judge you. If someone asks, "Why are you being so difficult?" and you answer, "I'm not being difficult, I'm just tired," you have accepted the frame. You have accepted that being difficult is the crime, and you are currently on trial for it. The powerful move is to reject the frame entirely, to meet the accusation with a silence that lasts 4 seconds too long. Those 4 seconds are an eternity. In that time, the accuser realizes their arrow has missed. They feel the weight of their own aggression bouncing back at them. There is a concept in intelligence agencies called strategic ambiguity. It is the deliberate use of vagueness to maintain optionality. If you tell everyone everything, you are a simple algorithm. Input A leads to output B. If you are predictable, you are controllable. The person who explains nothing is a black box. People tread carefully around the black box. They don't know what's inside. Is it volatile? Is it valuable? Is it empty? The uncertainty creates respect. It creates a gravitational pull. Think of the icons of history, the figures of immense presence. Do they stutter through apologies? No, they state their will, they act, and then they let the world scramble to interpret the meaning. The king speaks once. The courtier explains what the king meant. By explaining yourself, you are volunteering for the role of the courtier in your own life. This dynamic bleeds into every aspect of the American experience. Social media is a global engine of justification. We are constantly building a case for our own value, hoping the jury of the internet will find us not guilty of being mediocre. It is a voluntary interrogation. Information is currency. The more you speak, the more data points you provide to those who wish to market to you, manipulate you, or silence you. When you justify your choices to a hostile audience, you are helping them build the profile used to deconstruct you. Silence disrupts the algorithm. Silence disrupts the conditioning. But implementing this is painful. It requires you to tolerate the smear campaign. If you do not explain your side of the story, people will invent one for you. They will call you cold. They will call you arrogant. Let them. This is the price of admission to the upper echelons of self-mastery. You must be willing to let them be wrong about you. This is the hardest hurdle for the deep thinker. You value truth. It hurts to let a lie stand. But you must understand that some people are not looking for the truth. They are looking for a reaction. Your silence denies them that reaction. There is a profound peace on the other side of this realization. Imagine walking through your day carrying a secret vault of self-knowledge. Someone questions your decision. You simply say, "I've made my choice." "But why?" they ask. "Because it is what I am doing." And then you stop. You do not add, "I hope you understand." You do not add, "I'm sorry." You let the statement hang in the air. Heavy. Absolute. This is the unexplained silence. It signals that your internal compass is stronger than the external pressure. This is psychological autonomy. Real power recognizes real power. When you stop explaining, the people who stick around are the ones who respect your boundaries. The ones who fall away are the ones who only liked you when you were compliant. Let them fall. We are approaching a time in history where the noise is reaching a crescendo. In a room full of screaming people, the one who stays silent commands the room. But this requires practice. It requires you to override a lifetime of programming. Start small. Tomorrow, when someone asks a praying question, give a vague answer. When you feel the urge to apologize for taking up space, swallow the words. Observe the discomfort in your chest. That burning sensation, that is your ego dying. That is the need for approval leaving your body. Let it burn. Replace the nervous chatter with a stoic gaze. Replace the paragraph of excuses with a nod. There is a profound symbolism in the closed mouth. It represents the sealed vessel. In alchemy, the transformation cannot happen if the vessel is open. The energy escapes. You must seal the vessel to build the heat required to turn lead into gold. Your life is the vessel. Your words are the leaking energy. Seal the vessel. Keep your plans, your motives, and your reasons to yourself. Let the pressure build. Let that internal heat transform you into something harder, sharper, more resilient. They want your words because your words are the handle that used to carry you. Become smooth. Become silent. Become impossible to grasp. Do not explain your silence. That would defeat the purpose. Let it be the heavy presence that separates the reactive mind from the sovereign spirit. The trap is set. The world is waiting for you to step into it, to stutter your way through another apology. Step over it. Walk away into the quiet. If this message resonated with the dormant power inside you, you know what to do. The majority will click away, looking for distraction. They are not looking for clarity. But you are still here. You are listening to the silence between these words. Subscribe to Symbolism Decoded. Join the few who refuse to justify their existence. Stay grounded, stay powerful, stay awake.